think that everybody on the planet has a hay. and it's happening this way for a reason. Let's find out what some hays are. I love the hay people. What's the first hey and what's going on? Like, hey, I can say hey too, you know what I mean? Purposely left a belonging with an ex to have an excuse to go back. Alright, well this couldn't be just getting back with my ex. There has to be something else here. I'm like afraid to look, hold on. Your smile is like a cup of hot soup on a cold day. And it bothers me. I went back to my ex because I wanted to see that they were lost without me. Your smile annoys me. Why did you go back to them? Just to badger them? Purposely left the belonging with an ex to have an excuse to go back, and then I went back, and then, I don't know, did somebody throw something on somebody's face? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, male. I went back. Or did they do this to you, or did you do this? Because someone was loyal to cutting somebody off. They actually mean it this time. Hey. When I said I was done, I was done. I made it clear that we could still be acquaintances or friends. Yeah, but when it comes, right, we can be friends, and if there's business here that has to be done, fine. They left a watch or some... It's difficult when both people are the wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, and they both have this thy rod and thy staff kind of thing. So this just wouldn't work out. There were too many family members involved that somebody was told to keep your guard up about, you know, that they could be experiencing some bad luck cycles. I mean, somebody wound up fracturing their arm on a boat, friggin' falling off a roof. You couldn't tell that something was up. Him and RN. A nurse. That's what it was. Somebody needed a nurse, not a wife or a friend. They just wanted somebody to take care of them. And that's fine as long as that chick goes both ways, but it doesn't feel like it, or someone wouldn't have had to leave something intentionally. Yeah, there's always something planned, and then you make plans, right? But it's never that you come over. This is what the conversation was, but it's never that you just come over and get it. That's why I'm leaving it in the mailbox, or I'm having it brought to you, because then it's, well, let's go drink, let's go out, you know, and we're supposed to be putting a death to this thing. Next thing you know, but here we go, we wind up going out, and it's like you wind up talking to everybody but me. It's a constant game of, can I make you jealous? Can I make you want me so that now I can leave you? And then this is what happens. And then at some other thing, you go out and play pool or something like that, and now you get mad because I talk to anybody but you. Hey. That's not such a bad hey, but that's something that somebody does often. What's another hey that somebody does? Pretended not to see an elderly person so I wouldn't have to give up my seat. Okay. This is, but this is a homeless elderly person being out in the sun. These are even kids doing this. Justice. Justice Kennedy. Nope, just Justice Kennedy. This is that Queen of Wands in reverse to me is like, just nasty. This is, I'll even give you a dirty look. I'm disappointed in myself. All right, that's my hey. I'm disappointed in myself. Thank you for bringing this up. And I got happiness out of this. You know, I think about all the times where I intentionally shut a door on somebody and it had nothing to do with them. Now it's, I go back and forth with showing empathy. You know, I don't want to be that person that's seen as weak, right? Like this is for a woman. I'm a loving woman. I'm very good. I give good advice. This is who you used to be. Yeah, I had like good friends. This feels a lot of people now wanting to go back, thank you, to ease different times. Now it's just kind of darkness. I used to drink and have fun, and now I drink and I become dark. Are they putting something in? That's what we do as humans, right? It has to be, this is what we do. Initially, not everybody does this though, and the people who don't wind up being disliked. The ones who will go, who knows, it's probably my fault somewhere along the line. You'll agitate people who can't do that at the time. You agitate people who pass the buck, sure. People could be sitting around talking about this stuff, just getting shit out. DP or PD. DY. Deputy Diddy. BC. I didn't do it because. Yeah, this is just I didn't do it called BC. Right. This shit, the way that I treated people, or my lack of hospitality, and maybe an abundance of hostility, is because of something that somebody else did, and some of the shit was because of shit that I did. Imagine that, huh? This spiritual levee broke. Squirrel. I'm always gathering. Well, this came out before. Where I'm always gathering or saving. This could be saving, too. But this could just be gathering. What would you be gathering in this situation? Would it be information? This could be enemies even. Batteries. Something's in the batteries. Somebody hide something in batteries? I don't know if it's a pack of batteries or a thing of batteries, but there's something underneath that's important that you hid there. Province. The clouds. I can't remember the last time I actually looked up at the sky. And seeing different types of beings in the clouds. That's cool. What a blessing this is. People just kind of taking in the shit around them, because we can all feel that this thing left in some way, right? Or it's dissipating. Whatever this planned, or even the natural occurrence from other plans combining, which created some type of super thermonuclear war that some didn't even know was happening. Like, this can't just be from my shit, right? Who else was doing this? It's too big of a world with too many players like that, where you take information from someone else and now you put your own twist on it. The creators, right? It would have been really difficult and torturous times ahead if this didn't happen. Now it's hard to function properly when you're feeling all that shit. You know, I could feel that some people, even some kids, didn't want to be here anymore. They're showing me kids in tubs, people getting in tubs, feeling like you were in full withdrawal. That's what I was feeling for a long time. I didn't even know that this was being put on me for as long as it was, as light as it was. And I mean, at this point, I'm just glad that it's dissipating, because it felt like dying every single day. And I think in order to get compassion out of people had to feel what that was that I was going through, and other people like me, people that were put on a list so someone else could get revenge. Hey. It's like, hey, I fried your insides. They're almost liquefied. Hey, double hey. But what happened, and I said this for those that weren't present for that this mix of heavy metals and carbon, graphene, graphite, all these things that were in the atmosphere that we were taking in, swirling around, crystallizing, fermenting, you could say that maybe. Photosynthesis, some type of synthesis. You could call it DNA synthesis, where now you turn into something else. I was wondering too, I felt that somebody was curious as to whether that's how droids were created naturally. If we think about the Big Bang and just like amoebas, let's just think of amoebas that aren't formed into amoebas yet until they hit the soil and wind up the rain. It's no different. It's like a plant. You're a plant that grew. What was in your DNA, your composition? If you're flying through the universe and you're all different, flying through different particles and atoms, you're all different. It could be that we're more different than alike when it comes down to deep tissue and deep DNA and deep bone composition, that I wish that somebody would create something to get into that. Yeah, it's going to be a whole new level of acknowledgement and just finding things out, a whole new way of, because I have the mindset of a scientist. Yeah, the crazy fucking scientist, you know what I mean? You put a little bit of speed in that shit and you're dangerous. I get it. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just, I've been so focused on this. Some people didn't even realize that their gift and their talent was going towards stuff like this, but the money too. Hey, what do we have? Rope. There's not really a lot here. Somebody tested their urine for radioactivity. And there was, what did you stick something in it and it makes a noise? You couldn't believe how radioactive it really was. Metal. Some have metal in their bone composition. Are some of you feeling like your neck and your arms, if you calibrate, you're moving like a robot? Because I do it all the time and it's kind of creeping me out. I'm wondering, what do I look like on the inside? Are there hinges? Is it mechanical? Am I mechanical? Why am I hearing sounds like my body is made of metal? It's weird. Who knows? I've never seen my actual x-rays. Not that I know of. Right. I think that's it for that. Hey, I'm going to do one more. And that's it. I see what she's doing, and there's no other option. Everybody's done something to someone. There are people that sacrifice. I heard someone say, I sacrificed this one for that one, and then they sacrifice so and so for, it just becomes redundant at this point where we're gonna blame game. The end result was that it was affecting everybody negatively, and everybody had to be in the same boat to understand that. Hey, had a fake ID taken away by a bouncer. 12. Hey, somebody that I was dating or interested in took me to a bar club that I'm married to. Here, come with me. This could even be a priest or something that was like, here, come with me to this place. This feels like a fucking cigar or a lounge or something. 5? I hope they're not. That would be weird. I mean, I know this episode of South Park where the chick got the tits and stuff. That would be, but who knows, yeah? Queen of Swords. Somebody accused their husband of being gay. And I think that he wanted to prove that I feel angry and that I made an impulsive decision that was immature. And I think even the people in the place were a little, no one spoke to this person. You're a family man. This is a hey. But see, the thing is this. A lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, that person has more hays than you do. They forget. We do. We forget our own hey. What's their hey? I do not recall. Give me a hey for this person or something similar, please. Well, some of them got involved with some cloning and took some DNA against... We didn't realize how many spiritual laws we were breaking. You forget. Yeah, you do. And then you remember and you fix it. It's that simple. Drank the beer pong water cup. Somebody actually did this shit in the bar, one of those things, or they were at some party or something like that. So this must be somebody that claims to be... There's somebody here that claims to be... perfect. I'm the perfect female. Yeah. And this is because they were struggling financially. So this has a lot to do with people doing things they normally wouldn't do because they were going through loss of some sort. Yes. I would, this is, look. I don't know what this was, but this is, I'm sitting outside then there on the street. So it could have been that somebody was invited to go in somewhere and get some drinks. I think somebody got a little drunk and did that. In order for that to be something that would be, I don't want that to come out, you present yourself as way too uniform. And that will convict you because now you get into the habit of never acknowledging the flaws in yourself and only acknowledging them in everybody else. And then you're usually a woman or a man of faith. There could be a faith involved. Kent, well, rent. We'll do a rent. Hong Kong. Rented a building in Hong Kong to manufacture. That's it. I don't know what's in there still. I don't like giving too much information. Yep, they know about it. And I don't feel like they were trying. I think nobody wants to cross you. I don't blame them. Do you remember a building? I don't know, somebody, that's what that paperwork was? Did you find something in, it could have been in, well, it would have been in Vietnamese and Chinese, I believe. It could have been in multiple. But that's what the one paper was where you're like, why do I not want to throw this out? It was some kind of information about some type of property, possibly in Hong Kong. It could be the UK too. I don't know. Roger. Rodger. Okay, so, you're drinking. I've some people, though, have never gotten dirty. And I could be wrong, but I don't feel like I am. that there are people that, I don't even want to dress like this anymore. I'm tired of wearing these clothes. I am going to do another one. I'm just, I need to free myself of something. I feel like I'm tied up in rope or chains. I feel it mentally, I feel it spiritually, internally, I feel it physically. I just feel bound in every way. That means something needs to be released. It could be a spouse. It could be a job, a task that seems endless and too much effort. If you have to force anything, it's not the right time, it's not the right person, it's not the right job. Gotten drunk with a former teacher. They're a little old for you, don't you think? Maybe. Wasn't that a little old for you? Healing. Does it matter as long as I'm happy? What is it with this? Order. That's an order. Oh, but that's how they come off though. This one doesn't say that, but they make you feel it. Healing. And this feels like college though. I mean, yeah, somebody went out with a professor or something and had an amazing conversation. I had, do they call it whimsical? Yeah, the strength. You could have went to a museum even, or just in an area where it's historical, talking about history and how much things have changed. And I actually felt like my brain and my soul were both fed. So I don't even think that this person cares anymore about the judgment. If we sat down and had pen and paper and wrote down the things we remember each other doing and shared it around, but why would we do that? Why can't we remember the things that why are we always focusing and looking at what someone else is doing, period, in life? Extended stay. Yeah, and then what was it? This isn't even, we went out and got drunk. I mean, this feels like for somebody, you went out and you didn't even drink alcohol, or we had one drink and shit. Yeah, I'm not bound to this. This is my job. I understand that. And I know that what I do is, there's a statement, right? Like people, this to me, this message would be that I know that looks like it sends a bad message, right? Like, here, go out and party with your professor. But now with the world that we're living in, people are craving just some type of, I need a soul connection of some sort. I don't care if it's sexual, I don't care what it is, but I'm just tired of feeling like I'm deteriorating from not having conversations where wisdom is involved. Forget if you know how. This is the kind of thing where you don't have to know how to read or write. You know what I mean? You had an experience in life, and so did other people, and you're supposed to talk about it so you help each other out. So that could be happening, or it's going to happen. I know how to speak, right? I became skilled at taking loss. Who's this now kicking in? Yeah, she's on fire today. Yeah, I'm not leaving this one. I like this one. I feel comfortable with her. She feels comfortable with me. And the guys in the Mexican cartel know why. You said, well, okay, we'll just say that. But, yeah, I just like hanging out with this chick, man. It's weird. I get better looking through loss. How does that happen? This is, I learn how to make do, and somehow I come out better on the other side. Yep. This is masculine, feminine. So it could be that you take care of yourself by working out. What's the masculine shit that you do? You could fix things around the house. This feels like a woman who fixes things around the house, and I can put my makeup on. You know, somebody can build a fucking house, and you can get down at some Geneva Summit shit. You know what I mean? Oh no. Knight of Swords. I'm going to try and do something. This is people wanting to take a more natural route. I was going to get implants. I was going to do this, but I feel like I'm just going to accept the fact that this is what I look like and see if, are people listening to subliminals or just using their imagination to change things in their life. Yeah, these are women, no doubt. These are women who, they represent this divine feminine thing, but just kind of lost their way a little bit. Yeah, these are earth angels and star seeds and stuff. I didn't know how special I was. I really didn't know what a blessing I was to this world until the world was removed from me. Yeah, you could just feel like, I'm done. I'm done wanting to give back. And it could have been that when all of this feminine energy was pulled back, that something else just erupted, where there could have been, if it was felt that we're drained, we don't have anything left. You know what I'm saying? It's that healing type of, yeah, I love you either way. You see, when you become that mediator type of person, it's dangerous because some people think that when you're like that, you need to be in their life all the time, and that's no good. You become that person remotely. I see both sides. I understand you have a problem. That problem could be mine someday, but I can't have you in my life like this. Yeah, like I love you. When you stop showing love to the world, though, I feel like something started moving on its own. Well, it could have been buildings too. This feels like buildings swaying, moving, homes and stuff. Yeah, the city shit, and there's some kids notice this too. The kids that can feel, they could feel something erupting. I feel like, well, the ground faults are calmer. And the scientists could have been trying to figure out a way to calm ground faults. And I believe that it was done telepathically. The power of the mind is overwhelming for some, right? It really is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is balance. I'm grateful for this. A lot of gratitude in the air. Okay. And then I officially am done because I know I do the same shit my mom does. All right, well, I'll talk to you later. All right, see you. So I'm going to the nails. I do the same shit here. But this is a heavy frequency of thanks that made some other things happen. Just like all of those things were combining to make us feel like that had to happen so that all of this shit could combine to feel like how people are feeling now, which I believe is better than it was a couple hours ago. And I want to say it's going to stay that way, but I don't want people to think that I'm saying it will stay that way, because I do feel like it got to the point too where things were being taken way too personal. We say things, we have mouths, we speak, we don't always say things that other people are going to like. This has been like this forever. It's fun when you don't take things personally and you can just kind of shrug shit off. That's not for me. I know it's not for me because I'm not that, or I don't act this way, or so yeah, that's what I got, and I'm done.